From Brownsville and the Catskills and Henderson, Nevada, USA.
Given by the ref in the early going. Mike gets it with the right hand, and ATN is down.
After overcoming every obstacle that would have stopped it from becoming a reality, the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is finally here.
He is from the from the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
The fight that was heavily anticipated in the boxing world right from the moment of its announcement on March 7th has now been concluded. Tyson had given his fans a hint of what to expect when he began uploading videos of his training sessions.
At 2 minutes 32 seconds of the opening round. Right hand to the side.
In many of his training videos, Iron Mike was seen working the heavy bag in preparation for the high-profile bout, which is set to be held at the 80,000-seater home of the Dallas Cowboys and will be streamed live on Netflix.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off over there. He's fat.
He was seen doing pad work with MMA coach Rafael Cordero in the video, showing off some signature hand speed and power that made him one of the hardest hitters in boxing history. He threw several combinations and moved his heat countlessly to avoid a counter from Cordero in the clip, which was shared by the Brazilian coach, who was Tyson's trainer and cornerman for his last fight, an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago. Though another tape was released, one that sparked a concerned look on Paul's face, he wasn't fazed by the first recirculating tape. In this particular video, the 58-year-old machine can be seen on a new solid punch training, or let's call it speed punching, since his punches were coming after each other in rapid succession. The shared clip was one where Tyson was seen training with Rafael Cordero. In the video, Tyson threw a 4-punch combination as Cordero held the mitts. According to Cordero, the exercise helped Mike Tyson generate the greatest force and speed in the shortest amount of time. Additionally, referring to Tyson's way of punching, Cordero announced that Tyson's was the most violent slap I've ever felt.
Given by the ref in the early going. Mike gets it with the right hand, and ATN is down.
As you would expect, Jake Paul is the next person to feel this slap, sadly without a punching jacket to save him from Tyson's heat. Just as the fighters come, Tyson is more conditioned and relaxed to put in the best boxing performance ever by a 58-year-old. As Iron Mike Tyson locks horns with Jake Paul, he's surely on victory mode again, cruising to the 51st victory of his career at 58 years old without any doubt. As expected, Mike Tyson's personality, skill, and experience will be on full show in the ring. Generally, Iron Mike Tyson is fond of early knockouts, and with Jake Paul, it's no exception. As an amateur, Tyson won gold medals at the 1981 and 1982 Junior Olympic Games, defeating Joe Cortez in 1981 and beating Kelton Brown in 1982. Brown's corner threw in the towel as early as the first round. In 1984, Tyson won the gold medal at the Nation Golden Gloves held in New York, beating Jonathan Little's.
The bout ends at 2 minutes.
Tyson made his professional debut as an 18-year-old on March 6, 1985 in Albany, New York. He defeated Hector Mercedes via first-round technical knockout. He had 15 bouts in his first year as a professional. Fighting frequently, Tyson won 26 of his first 28 fights by knockout or technical knockout. 16 of those came in the first round. But as effective as the former world champion seems to be, you wouldn't overrule the effect of age on him. Therefore, he wouldn't come out in the fury that would characterize many of his early rounds. While he tries to get the early knockout, Jake Paul is able to use his youthfulness to his advantage and keep the distance as Tyson mounts pressure. However, we can be sure to see a man who would be more motivated by his skill and in-ring experience much more than he's limited by his age. Tyson intimidated fighters with his strength, combined with outstanding hand speed, accuracy, coordination, and timing. Tyson also possessed notable defensive abilities, holding his hands high in the peekaboo style taught by his mentor Custamato to slip under and weave around his opponent's punches while timing his own.
Tyson just absolutely attacked him. Watch this. He bangs him right back.
Tyson's explosive punching technique was due in large part to crouching immediately prior to throwing a hook or an uppercut. This allowed the spring of his legs to add power to the punch. Among his signature moves was a right hook to his opponent's body, followed by a right uppercut to his opponent's chin. Lorenzo Boyd, Jesse Ferguson, and Jose Ribalta were each knocked down by this combination.
Well, Tyson now starting to find his range. That left hook there pretty much spoke for itself. It's self-explanatory because
Mike Tyson, like every other time, is working on the style Custamato specifically designed for iron. With his movement, Tyson reminds the fans of his younger days when he looked destructive in the ring, and here is how Tyson is preparing for the Jake Paul fight. When Mike Tyson made his professional debut as a heavyweight, he was relatively short. Therefore, his trainer, Custamato, invented a specific style for Iron Mike. It was the famous peekaboo style, which helped Tyson avoid shots, close in on the distance, and land his punches on the opponent.
Bangs the body. Wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with a right left hook, and he goes down. That uppercut. But notice it's all Tyson. Verbic doing nothing offensively.
In his latest training videos, Tyson was seen working on the peekaboo style ahead of the fight against Jake Paul on July 20th. Besides dodging punches, the 57-year-old landed a few bombs. In one clip, Mike Tyson is sparring with his gears on. Here, as his partner attacks him with a combination consisting of the jab, right hand, and hooks, Tyson ducks while in proximity. Soon, as the partner is about to return, Tyson chases and retaliates with a jab and a cross. Honestly speaking, although Tyson reminds one of his younger days with the peekaboo style, his reaction time and accuracy aren't the same. In the other clip, Tyson is hitting the mitts. He is seen throwing a three-punch combo which consists of a jab, cross, and a left hook. Despite the noise made by the collision between the gloves and the mitts, Tyson looks tired. In addition, the 57-year-old is hardly as fluid as he used to be. At this, the concern about Mike Tyson's health against a young bull like Jake Paul, in Oscar de la Hoya's language, remains. Jake Paul also did a good job over the weekend, showing Iron Mike Tyson what to expect once they confront each other in the boxing ring. More than anything, Jake Paul has the advantage of age against Mike Tyson, who's more than 2 times Jake Paul's age. Jake Paul warmed up for his November 15th clash with Mike Tyson by stopping Mike Perry in 6 rounds at the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida on Saturday night. Paul looked on course for an early night against Perry, who has made his name as a bare-knuckle boxer, when he set him down in the first round with a wide, cuffing right hand. Perry bounced right back up, however, and tried to swarm Paul in the corner. Paul, however, landed a hook and a right hand before missing with an uppercut at round end. Paul knocked Perry down for a second time in round 2, this one a clean knockdown from a jab to the chest and a straight right hand. But Perry, low on boxing skills but overflowing with toughness, kept stalking forward. Indeed, in the third, Perry began walking Paul down, trying to land leaping left hooks as Paul retreated behind a jab. In the fourth, however, a Paul hook and jab landed perfectly and took Perry's equilibrium, sending him staggering into the ropes. Paul peppered him with jabs and another jab wobbled him again. A Paul hook caused Perry to stagger once more at the bell. In the fifth, Paul focused on his jab, snapping back the head of a stiff-legged Perry before a sweeping hook and a right hand landed clean. The end came in the sixth, when a Paul hook sent Perry staggering into the ropes. A left hook and follow-up flurry had Perry hurt again, and he fell in the corner for a third knockdown of the night. He clambered to his feet, but the referee waved it off. "Man, he's tough as nails," said Paul, who claimed he had been feeling unwell and had carried a damaged knuckle into the contest. "I'm sorry it took so long. I did put him down in the first round, but he survived it. Mike Tyson, you're next. I was trying to roll with the punches and hit your ass back, Perry told Paul. You did a great job. You were way too fast for me and I couldn't adjust. The convincing and bloody victory clears the way for a fight against Mike Tyson. Paul reaffirmed the fight with Tyson is on for November 15th. And I'm gonna get another KO and prove everyone wrong once again, Paul said. Everyone said that it was a mistake taking this fight, that I was an idiot, I was risking it. But that's why I'm here. I take big risks. I put it on the line, and it's anyone, anytime, any place. Prior to the fight against Perry, Paul said a loss would cost him a chance to fight Tyson Nov, 15, in a heavyweight bout to be televised by Netflix. Paul agreed to fight Perry in a cruiserweight bout after Tyson suffered an ulcer flare-up May 26th, prompting the fight with Tyson to be rescheduled. It was originally supposed to take place Saturday. I love to take risks and do big events, Paul said Friday when asked about jeopardizing the Tyson bout by fighting Perry. Mike Tyson called and was concerned about this fight jeopardizing the biggest fight of my career. That's what puts the pressure on me, and I love that. I'm not slowing down for anybody. Mike Perry is not going to be the one to stop me. I'm on a path to a world championship. I'm not slowing down for anybody. And really, Paul's abilities can't be undermined as well. His power is evident, and he has his sights set on a world champion. But he must first pass the Mike Tyson test. In his previous fight earlier this year against Ryan Borland, he showed how much pressure and power he was capable of showing. He continued his unique boxing career with a first-round knockout over Ryan Borland at the Coliseo Jose Miguel Agrelot in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Paul worked behind a solid, stiff jab, switching from head to breadbasket with regularity and also digging a right hand to Borland's flank. He was already looking comfortable and in control when a booming right hand caught Borland on the temple and wobbled him. Borland sagged into the ropes before escaping and scurrying across the ring, Paul in pursuit. Borland attempted to slide off the ropes and out of harm's way, but Paul showed good punch variety, catching Borland with an uppercut and another right hand, pinning him in the corner and opening up with a flurry of punches. Referee Luis Pabon stepped in to stop the contest as Borland fell to his hands and knees. Official time of the stoppage was 2:37. Afterward, Paul reiterated that his intention was to continue testing himself against professional boxers after a career that, to this point, has been mostly against MMA fighters and influencers, although his attempt to goad Saul Canelo Alvarez to face him in the ring is highly unlikely to prove successful. The bout, which was intended to be the chief support to Amanda Serrano's featherweight championship defense, became the de facto main event when Serrano was forced to withdraw at the last minute due to an eye injury. However, while many are beginning to put Mike Tyson under pressure following Jake Paul's epic performance, they shouldn't forget that whatever made him Kid Dynamite in his early career, and later the baddest man on the planet, is still very much present in him. Beyond the limitations of age and health, Tyson is regarded as one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. He reigned as the undisputed world heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990. Tyson won his first 19 professional fights by knockout, 12 of them in the first round. Claiming his first belt at 20 years, 4 months, and 22 days old, Tyson holds the record as the youngest boxer ever to win a heavyweight title. He was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, as well as the only heavyweight to unify them in succession. The following year, Tyson became the lineal champion when he knocked out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds of the first round. Ahead of the fight against Jake Paul, one very obvious fact to the fans of Iron Mike Tyson is that the boxing legend has found some love for his favorite sport. This wasn't the case some decades ago, after Mike Tyson decided to call it quits. Tyson was having a string of losses, and the fans knew they had lost the dangerous and fearless Mike Tyson they knew in the 80s. And when he fought Kevin McBride in 2005, he seemed so frustrated in himself that he lacked any strength to get up after the final knockout that saw him get out of the sport. For much of the fight, Tyson labored against the bigger McBride, who used his distinct height advantage and a sharp left jab to keep the aggressive Tyson at bay through the first 2 rounds. Tyson was able to land more punches in the 3rd and 4th, but McBride would often clinch and lean on Tyson in an effort to wear Tyson out. By the 5th round, the strategy appeared to have worked as Tyson seemed tired, and McBride was able to land several good punches during the round, though Tyson was still able to win the round on 2 of the judges' scorecards. In the 6th round, the final round of Tyson's professional career, a frustrated Tyson attempted to break McBride's left arm after the two were tied up in a clinch, for which Tyson was warned by referee Joe Cortez. Shortly after, Tyson suffered a 2-point deduction after hitting McBride with an intentional headbutt that opened a cut above McBride's eye. As the round came to a close, a shove by McBride caused Tyson to fall to the canvas, but it was ruled a slip rather than a knockdown. Tyson would have won the round, but the 2-point deduction gave McBride a 9-8 win on the scorecards. Though Tyson still led on 2 of the judges' scorecards, Tyson shockingly quit on his stool before the 7th round began, automatically giving McBride the victory by technical knockout. Speaking to Jim Gray after the bout, Tyson said, "I do not have the guts to be in this sport anymore. I don't want to disrespect the sport that I love. My heart is not into this anymore. I'm sorry for the fans who paid for this. I wish I could have done better." He, however, returned against Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition, a match that saw Jake Paul also appear on the undercard. When he did return, he looked sharper than when he left, but not as sharp as he currently is. The fight was a little rough around the edges, with neither man committing to a true volume of strikes. Neither seemed to throw more than or 2 punches at a time before ending up in the clinch to be broken up by referee Ray Corona. Tyson occasionally landed his trademark left hook at a distance, while Jones showed flashes of his old self with no-look jabs and showboating to boot. Tyson seemed to pile up most of the early rounds, landing the cleaner punches and muscling Jones in the clinch. Jones was the more visibly fatigued man in the corner between rounds, but he continued to try to gut out the fight, turning up his volume in the later rounds. This despite Tyson being far more removed from his time as a professional fighter. Jones's late work served to score him enough late rounds to earn the win on one scorecard and a draw on the other. With Tyson winning the 3rd scorecard, the fight was left a somewhat unsatisfying draw. While Tyson said he was happy with the result, Jones was less thrilled, saying after the fight, "I wear draws, I don't do draws." After the fight, Tyson told interviewer Jim Gray that he planned to move forward fighting more exhibitions and even seemed interested in running it back with Jones.
Punches. Well, this is a little ticking with that jab, and he's got a great jab, bouncing left and right, and then he throws. Jones Jr.
"I'm used to doing it for 3 minutes," Tyson said of the rounds. "Sometimes that 2 minutes felt like 3 minutes. I'm happy I got this under my belt to keep doing this and go further." Jones was less committed to fighting again, stating simply that it was hard to say. Tyson did shut down any idea of coming back to the ring as a professional, however. "This is bigger than fighting and winning the championship," Tyson said of competing in exhibitions where he donates money to charity. "We're humanitarians and we're helping people."
He could do this for 3-minute rounds, for 12 rounds when he was but you can't expect it. Round.
While Tyson and Jones' in-ring performance definitely turned heads, what fans heard on the broadcast may have been just as good. Rap icon Snoop Dogg joined the team for the final 2 fights and the card and delivered some great one-liners while also openly rooting for Jones in the main event.
And then grab. Just really sit down on a punch to the body. Rated that, pulling a guy's elbow forward and blasting him down there on the inside.
The lightness provided by Snoop's commentary carried over into the post-fight interviews with Jones and Tyson. with the once feared fighters joking with each other while they basked in the bright lights of the sport's biggest stage decades after being two of the biggest stars of their era. And that's all for now. What are your thoughts on the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? Who's your pick ahead of November 15th? Let's know your thoughts in the comment section. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.